Hi everyone. Today's video has 3 points and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to the absolutely best way to go about implementing a lead magnet or reader magnet. So the topic we're discussing today is what is a reader magnet. And this is something that often comes up and I hear from time to time. Even most recently, one of my viewers was asking a little bit about it. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what a reader magnet is and what it's all about. You're going to have the steps necessary to implement one for yourself, having this knowledge, and you're going to feel great knowing you're not giving up a great opportunity with your magnet here in terms of getting new subscribers and reviewers. So this is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description where you can grab a copy of my absolutely self-publishing checklist to make sure that you're not only learning the secrets to getting your book published and on the market, but also getting it to sell. So let's get into it. From my own story, when I first got started, I had read a number of books and watched a series of videos that were talking about this whole lead magnet or reader magnet. And really, what was it all about? Well, the thing is, it's about getting people on an email list for you. So it's where we want to get somebody who's interested in our book, who may be interested in future books, also may tell people about our book, and can even leave reviews. These are all positive things. In addition, if we share our book on social media, these people will share our things even further out for us. They become, in one sense, big cheerleaders, fans, huge super fans that we're able to gather together into a single group where we're able to push out our message to those people so that they're able to get going with their with regards to telling their friends and getting more sales for our books. The thing is, I created a very short book as my reader magnet, which delayed my initial book's release onto the market. But I did understand the importance of building an email list, since email lists are perhaps one of the most important aspects as an author of building that connection with your readers. The next thing is that I put this into my book. So it's towards the beginning of the books where it would say, if you would like to get a free book by me, here it is. You just hit this, go to this link, and then you can go at that link. You would be able to then go there, give me your email address in exchange for a copy of the book and being able to join my email list. And so I did exactly that. And what happened was I registered it through originally MailChimp, I think it may have been, or it may have been Aweber. I think it was Aweber originally. And the thing was that I started getting subscribers. It turns out people like free books and they're willing to get on my email list. But my big mistake was that I wasn't holding a narrow laser-like focus on a single market. I was hitting a lot of different people in a lot of different markets. And as a result, when they would get on my email list, no matter what I emailed, somebody would be thinking, this isn't really what I want. I bought a book on puppy training and now you're telling me about vertical gardening, or you're telling me how to fix my computer, these sorts of things. And that is a huge mistake that I made with regards to my lead magnet or reader magnet, which was I was actually trying to build multiple audiences and blending them all together as opposed to segmenting them so that we could send them messages that would be relevant. The goal is not spam. This is called permission-based marketing. In permission, they give permission to contact them regularly. Many of you are on my email list, which you get when you use my reader magnet, or in this case, it would be a lead magnet, which would be the checklist that I give out below in the description. Recently, I'm also using just a free coaching session. If you check out my link for coaching below, there's limited spots. But if you're interested, that's maybe of interest to you, you can check that out if it's still available. You'll just see on the page, I take the sales page and just turn it to a free offer to do a single thing where we can just map out and see where you're coming from on your coaching. But that was a huge mistake that I had made in order to, as I was trying to build my list. But for example, for the current list that I'm building, I'm interested in self-publishing. It's my most biggest interest, and I enjoy helping people self-publish. So I only focus on that. And so if you're on my list, you're not interested in self-publishing, getting your book on the market, getting it to sell, well then you can just click unsubscribe at the bottom of the list and you're off the list. It's so simple. So the thing is I saw the popularity and started selling my lead magnet itself. And this was a funny one because, in other words, the book, this lead magnet that I had been using, it itself was crazy popular. And so I put it out as a book, and what happened is a little bit surprising. The end result was it was selling more copies and still than the books that it was even in. It was so popular. It was telling people how to manage their emails, which is something that's near and dear to me, but I was giving that out as a life hack sort of a thing. And the end result was that people were loving to read that particular thing. It has all of the top strategies for managing your email. It's absolutely free. But then I started charging for it, same price as my normal book, using pricing strategies I teach on this channel. And this book still continues to make me money every single month. I'm pulling in money from this lead magnet, which is still also a lead magnet. So it's sort of both a lead magnet and also for sale across multiple platforms, because it does in fact make sales. And so I got these people on my email list, but you can see that from today's standpoint, my current email list is a much better email list since it has people with the same interest. And if you lose the interest, well, you just get off the email list. People do this all the time. It's not personal. So you never take it personal if somebody leaves an email list. It just means that it's what we call churn, because your voice resonates with people for a period of time, and then at some point it starts to wane off, and then you just unsubscribe. It's not particularly all that big of a problem. But at the same time, when you're listening to somebody, let's say like on self-publishing right now, that's why hitting subscribe is so important, is because if there's a resonation that's happening, it really helps you as the viewer, for example, make sure you don't miss any of the videos that I'm putting out while that resonation is going on. And this is about motivation. So if you're subscribed to the right email lists and subscribed to the right YouTube channels, you're going to feel your motivation going up. If you feel depressed and overwhelmed by what you're listening to, then you should unsubscribe, because the goal should be to keep things as simple and easy as possible when you're going through the self-publishing process, or any process, but self-publishing in particular when you're putting your books. If you feel overwhelmed, you should quit listening to people that are creating that overwhelm, as opposed to this channel, which I focus on trying to keep things simple. So what is a reader magnet? Like we said, it's anything you give your readers inside your book. For example, you could do it on social media too, but inside your book, in exchange for their email address. They give you their email address and you give them something for free. Now, what could you give them? Well, it could be a map, a short story, a book like I did, cheat sheet. I've used lots of those. I've used Excel spreadsheets, all sorts of stuff, a character bio, and even a coaching session like I'm currently doing at the moment, free coaching session. So if you've never done a coaching session with me before, so for trying to find new clients and finding that many of you viewers are sort of on the edge, you're not sure if it's right for you, and why not map it all out? And our secret answer of the day, it is that the email should be collected using an actual program built for this and for sending out emails, so you do not go to the junk email or spam folder on your prospects or your readers folder. And that's done by going through one of the major players. And that's why I recommend ActiveCampaign. I've been using it for years. You can find my affiliate link below in the description. This is the one that I personally use. It allows a lot of flexibility, and it is the easiest just to get up and started with at a very affordable price on a monthly or yearly basis, whichever works best for you. So I would recommend this, and then you can queue up the emails so that they will just go out automatically. And you should contact your list at a minimum of once a month. I recommend 3 times a week, probably not more often than that, but that's the max. So you figure out what's comfortable for you, once a week, once every other week, but no less than once a month. Otherwise, they will forget who you are, and you won't be able to, and they'll mark you as spam because they'll be like, I don't remember who you were. It's been a month. Do you see the problem there? So you want to make sure they don't forget you. And then what do we do with these lists? Well, we're going to tell them what we're up to. We're going to tell them what we're working on. We're going to tell them what we're releasing right now. We're asking them if they can leave reviews in exchange for seeing our books earlier. We're asking them their opinions on things. Look at these covers. Which is better? Do you see? We're building an audience of people who are going to go back and forth with us to help us, and we're able to help them. It's a mutual relationship. They're going to be able to get the first copies of our books and the latest news. It's kind of like your favorite authors. If you could subscribe to them, where they're continually keeping in touch with you. This doesn't happen very often with the big authors, but it should, because they have the voice, they have the audience size that they could really build a deeper level connection with your readers right in their inboxes. And the reason why email is so important is because the open rate is massively high. Most people still open emails as long as it doesn't go in their spam or junk folder. And that's why we're using these big services like ActiveCampaign to make sure that that isn't going to happen. So my question for you is, have you created your first reader magnet? If you have, write yes below in the comments, and if you've never done it, write no below in the comments, because I need to know where you're coming from. And check out the video above me here for more answers to your video questions. Thanks.